Dear students, welcome to the source shifting lecture. So in the previous lecture, we have discussed about the source transformation. So these points were discussed about the source transformation. First, we discussed about the types of the sources, independent and dependent sources, then voltage and current source. Then again, we discussed about the ideal and practical voltage source, ideal and practical current source. Similarly, we discussed about the dependent sources. Then we discussed about the source transformation or conversion of voltage source into current source and vice versa. So we can convert or transform the voltage source into equivalent current source. Likewise, we can transform or convert current source into equivalent voltage source. So here we have to keep in mind that when we have to transform the voltage source into equivalent current source, there has to be resistance in series with the voltage source. So this resistance can be internal resistance of the voltage source or it can be external resistance. Similarly, if you want to transform the current source, then there has to be a resistance across the current source. It can be internal resistance of the current source or it can be external resistance. So in both these cases, we can transform the voltage source into equivalent current source. Vice versa, we can transform the current source into equivalent voltage source. Again, we have to keep in mind the direction of the current when you're transforming voltage source into current source. And similarly, we have to keep the voltage polarity of the voltage source, equivalent voltage source, when we are transforming current source into equivalent voltage source. Then we discussed about this proof for source transformation. After that, we discussed about the transformation of the dependent sources. So unlike the independent sources, we can transform or convert dependent sources into equivalent current source. Like dependent voltage source can be converted into uh, dependent current source. Similarly, dependent current source can be converted or transformed into the equivalent voltage source. Then we discuss one numerical based on the source transformation. So source transformation you understood, but what is the need of the source transformation? So source transformation is one of the circuit simplification technique which is quite useful in the circuit analysis. So here in this numerical we had seen that here the problem statement was reduce this given circuit into single voltage source in series with the single resistance, that is across A and B terminals. So we just gone transforming the sources like 3 ampere current source we transform into voltage source and then so on and so forth. You can see here we have discussed this numerical in last lecture, so you can go through that video. And then finally we got this particular simplified circuit after this transformation of the sources. 7 volt voltage source in series with the 2 ohm resistance. So single voltage source in series with the single resistance across A and B terminal. So this was the expected answer from that particular. Now today we'll discuss about the source shifting. So what is the difference between source transformation and source shifting? That we'll try to understand first. So when there is an ideal voltage source and does not have series resistance, or there is ideal current source and does not have the parallel resistance across it, then under this situation we cannot transform this particular ideal voltage source into equivalent current source or ideal current source into equivalent voltage source. Such a ideal voltage source or ideal current, such as ideal voltage source or ideal current source. So that means we have to keep in mind that if there is a voltage source which does not have series resistance, suppose this is a voltage source Vs, it does not have this internal resistance, or it does not have the resistance in series with this particular source. For example, here if I draw the voltage source having the series resistance, so this series resistance can be external or it can be internal resistance of that source, right? Okay, so in our cases, mostly it will be a external resistance right now, because our sources are ideal. But in with that ideal source, if there is a external resistance in series with that source, then this you can transform into equivalent current source. So as the polarity of the voltage source is plus minus, plus upper side, lower minus side, so current direction will be upward, right? Because current flows from higher potential to lower potential, and the value of this current source I will be equal to what? Vs by R. And this R, resistance R, which is in series with the voltage source, will come across this current source. So this is possible. But if you are having only source, that is ideal source, ideal voltage source, then you cannot transform this into current source. You cannot transform this one. So whenever you come across with this situation that in a particular branch, like say for example, this is a branch here, B A and B. In this A and B branch, there is a voltage source Vs alone, means it is ideal voltage source. Then you have to transfer, you have to shift this source, and then only you can transform that particular one. So we'll see one example on this one. Similarly, if there is a ideal current source, now you know this is ideal current source. Suppose IS is ideal current source, right? It does not have the resistance across it. So in this case, you cannot transform this particular current source into equivalent voltage source. We have seen in previous lecture that if there is a current source and that current source is having a resistance across it. So this resistance, that is shunt resistance, can be internal resistance of the current source or it can be external resistance. Then this current source can be transformed into the equivalent voltage source Vs, where Vs is equal to, according to Ohm's law, it is Is into RSH, and then this RSH will come in series with this particular voltage source, which is normally Rs, we can say, because Rs is equal to RSH. Okay, and this polarity, you can see the current is flowing in upward direction, so it is upper plus, lower minus. So this we have seen. So in these two conditions, this one and this one, you cannot transform this voltage source into equivalent current source, or this current source into equivalent voltage source. So there we have to use the voltage source shifting technique. So like for example, you want to understand in case of the mesh analysis and super mesh, we have seen mesh and super mesh. When we go for super mesh, that one has to understand. So in a particular circuit, if there is a current source alone, right now, there is a current source alone for which we cannot write the voltage drop or voltage rise, right? So then in that case, we go for the super mesh, right? Similarly, in case of the node analysis and super node analysis, in case if there is a voltage source alone between the two adjacent nodes, right, in that case we cannot write the current flowing through that particular voltage source. So that means this is ideal current source, this is ideal voltage source. So in that case, okay, we can't solve this problem using node analysis, we have to go for the super node. So similarly here we can't solve using the mesh analysis. So same case here, if there is a ideal voltage source, like this, okay, then we cannot transform this voltage source into equivalent current source. Vice versa, if there is ideal current source, right, does not have the resistance across it, either internal or external, then you cannot transform that current source into equivalent voltage source. So this is very important, which students should understand. So how to use this particular source shifting? So let us try to understand how to do the voltage source shifting. Voltage source shifting. So here you have to understand the fundamental that in parallel voltage remains same. In parallel voltage remains same. Say for example, now here I will consider that there is a voltage source, suppose having voltage V, and this is ideal here, right? Now it does not have the series resistance, but ahead of this particular one, ahead of this source, there are parallel branches like this, right? And say for example, this is connected to some other branch here. Suppose this is your R1, R2, and R3, or it may happen that there can be separate branches also. Separate in the sense it can be like this also. Here I will draw. This is voltage source, and suppose there is one branch here, another branch here, and another branch here, and then these branches are meeting to some other branches in the circuit. So in that situation, now you can see this R1, R2, and R3, they are in parallel. But this voltage source here is alone here. It is not having the single resistance in series with this one right now. Somebody will say that just take the equivalent of this and this R1, R2, R3, and then that will come in series with the V, voltage V. But you cannot do that because this other end of the resistor may be connected to some other branches, wherein this R1, R2, R3 may not be in parallel right now. It may not be, means you cannot find out the equivalent of that. So in that situation, or maybe in this situation, okay, what you can do is that you can shift the voltage source in each of the branch, parallel branch, and then it will be easy to transform that voltage source. For example, here I can shift this voltage source V in this branch, R1 branch. I can shift the same voltage source because it is now in parallel into the second branch, and I can shift the same voltage source into third parallel branch. Now as far as this equivalent is concerned, it is like this. Then now you can see, now this voltage source is shifted into this branch, first branch, then it is shifted into second branch, and it is shifted into third branch. So because these three branches are parallel, now this voltage source V is same everywhere right now because it is in parallel. But because of the shifting of the voltage source into each of the parallel branch, what has happened is, because basic meaning remains same, basic means these two circuits are same. So because of this source shifting, this resistor R1 has come into series with the V, R2 has come into series with V, and R3 has come into series with the V. And therefore we can transform each of this voltage source into equivalent current source. So same thing here for this one also. Just I'll take on the right side. So here this you can do like this. You can transform this voltage source into each of the branch, like here voltage V and then resistor R1. R1 may be connected to some other branch here, no issue in that case. Then this is V, R2, and then here V, R3. So why it is so? It is because the basic for this one is in parallel voltage remains same. Now here you can transform this voltage source V with R1, voltage source V with R2, similarly voltage source V with R3, and your circuit will get simplified. But here you can see in basic case here this voltage V is ideal one here, so you cannot use the source transformation. You have to do the source shifting first and then source transformation. Similarly, the second concept is current source shifting. Now, in case of the current source shifting, what is the basic? In case of the current source shifting, the basic is in series current remains same. In series current remains same. As we have discussed, in parallel voltage remains same. Similarly, in series current remain same. So let us take the example to understand here. Suppose these are the three resistors which are in series. For example, this is my A point, this is my B point, it is C point, and this is D point. And these are not only point, these can be nodes also. Okay, try to understand. These can be nodes. Now suppose if there is a situation wherein these R1, R2, R3, although they are in series, right, but not directly, because this B may be connected to one other branch, A can be connected to other branch, C can be or may be connected to other branch, may be connected to other branch. And if this current source is like this, now you can see this current source I is flowing from A to D. So it is leaving current source I is leaving A and entering at D node, right? So here across this current source, there is no direct resistance right now. Okay, again someone say that okay, these R1, R2 are in series, R2, R3 are in series. No, because as I said, this B point or node may be connected to some other branch. C node may be connected to some other branch. A may be connected to some other branch. D may be connected to some other branch, because I'm showing here only piece of circuit. Here also I showed just piece of circuit right now. So now what to do here? Because there is no current, there is no resistance across the current source. There is no resistance in shunt with the current source. So you cannot transform the current source. So what you have to do? You have to use the current source shifting first. So how it is done? So now you know that current living at A node is I, right? And current entered at D node is I. So these basics should remain same. So now you can see here, this is R1, R2 and R3. R1, R2 and R3. This is suppose A node, B node, C node, and this is D node. So what I will do, I will just do something like this. This is my current source having value I. So it is leaving now A node with value I and entering at B node with value I. Then now B it is leaving with value of I and entering at C with value of I. Similarly, at C it is leaving the current I and entering at D with value I. So now these two are same. Why it is same? Because as I said, in series current remains same. So you can see here at A, current is leaving at A, that is I ampere, entering at B, I ampere, leaving at B, I ampere. So at B it is 0 ampere. At B it is at B node it is 0 ampere. Similarly at C it is entering is I ampere, leaving is I ampere. So again at C node it is 0 ampere, and then entering at D I ampere. So here current leaving at A is I in first diagram and on A diagram, and in B diagram you can see current entering leaving at A is I ampere, whereas in A diagram current entering is at D node is I ampere, and also in B diagram current entering at D is I ampere. So both are same. But what has happened here, if you look at the figure B, then you will understand that because of this current source shifting, now each resistor has come across with the current source right now, or there is a shunt resistance across the current source. Now you can transform this current sources, you can transform this one, similarly you can transform this one, similarly you can transform this one. So this is the technique which you have to use in further analysis. So to understand this concept, what we'll do, we'll take example on each of this concept, right? We'll solve the numerical. So first one, say for example it is on, first one is on voltage source shifting. Numerical is on this one. So here I'll draw the circuit diagram first. Okay, so this is given circuit diagram. This is 2 volt voltage source, 3 ohm, 2 ohm, 1 ohm, middle one is 2 ohm, and this one is 5 ohm. And what is asked in this problem is using source transformation. They are not mentioning directly source shifting. They will mention using source transformation find value of voltage Vx, which is shown here. This is voltage Vx, right? So it can be voltage, it can be current, or it can be power, anything they may ask, right? Now, because our unit is, this unit number 1 is on calculation of different values of the current, voltage, power, that is by analyzing the circuits, right, now networks. So this is what you have to find out. So here they are not asked the source transformation, source shifting. So always the question will be using source transformation, find the value of the voltage Vx, or find the value of current or power, etc. So once you read the problem statement, then you have to look at the circuit diagram and you have to inspect the circuit diagram. So you can see here, if I just give the numbers to nodes, I think everybody is aware about how to identify nodes. So this is node number 1, node number 2, this is node number 3, and this is node number 4 right now. So if you look at the node between node between branch between node 1 and 4, because this is also 4 here, because these are all equipotential points. Okay, so between 1 and 4, this is ideal voltage source. Between node 1 and 4, there is a ideal voltage source. And you know that when there is ideal voltage source, if there is no series resistance, you cannot do the voltage source transformation. So what you have to do here, it is required to shift the voltage source. Now how you can shift the voltage source? So suppose let us start with the solution. So step number 1, in step number 1, what you have to do, you have to shift this voltage source, which is ideal voltage source, into parallel branches which are connected to this voltage source. Now you can see these are the two parallel branches, where this is 1 and this is 2 right now. So you have to shift this current voltage source into this 2 ohm branch and the 3 ohm branch. So how can we do this particular one? So let us do that first. So I will shift this voltage source, 2 volt voltage source, into 3 ohm branch. Similarly, I will shift this voltage source V into 2 ohm branch, and the remaining circuit will be as it is: 2 ohm, 1 ohm, Vx, this is 5 ohm. So why it is so? Why it is so? Because voltage 2 volt, this voltage 2 volt source, right? When you insert into the parallel branches, so in parallel voltage remains same. Number 1. Number 2 is that if you measure the potential at node 1, so where is node 1? I can say this is node 1 and this is also node 1. So if you measure the potential at node 1 with respect to ground, suppose ground is at node 4 right now. So this potential will be same and this potential will be also same right now. So here in the basic circuit diagram, potential at node 1 with respect to ground, right, is 2 volt. Similarly here, potential at, that means one end of the 3 ohm resistor, you can see here, one end of this one. And then ground is 2 volt, and again potential at left side of the 2 ohm and ground is 2 volt, here is also 2 volt. So it is, meaning is same, right? Now once you do this source shifting, so what you've done in the step 1, you've done the source shifting. source shifting, that is voltage source shifting. So once you do the voltage source shifting, then you get a simplified circuit wherein you can see voltage source is in series with the resistance, and therefore you can transform that particular voltage source into equivalent current source. So what we'll do now, we'll just simplify the circuit diagram. So what we'll do, we will just draw in simple way. Suppose this vertical voltage source, I will make it horizontal, so it will be minus plus 2 volt, and in series with that it is 3 ohm. Similarly, what I will do now, this left negative of this voltage source, negative of this voltage source, and negative of the another voltage source, that is at same potential, and you can see this is suppose node 4, node 4, node 4, right now. So all these are at same potential, which is at node 4. Okay, so this is suppose our node 4, and then just I'll make it horizontal, this second source also, which is of 2 volt, and then this 2 ohm is in series, and then let us draw the remaining circuit as it is. This is 2 ohm, right? And now the other end of the 2 ohm is connected to node number 4. So this is your node number 4. Okay, right? And then 1 ohm here, then connected to Vx. So Vx is the voltage across 5 ohm resistors. Vx is the voltage across 5 ohm resistor, right? Okay. So now what is next step? Next step is we have to transform. Now this source, 2 volt source, will transform into equivalent current source because there is a resistance in series with that. So this one. So after transforming that, so for that I will write here step 2. So transform, actually to save the time, I'm not writing in between steps, but you have to write the in between steps. Now here I written shifting the voltage source. Just I have written in short voltage source shifting, but you have to write shifting the voltage source into each of the parallel branches. And then what is your resulting circuit? Then similarly simplifying the circuit. Then step 2 is transforming the upper 2 volt source into equivalent current source. So when you transform this voltage source, the you'll get current, because you can see this is minus plus now, so current flows from higher potential to lower potential. So sign convention should not be wrong. So minus plus, so current direction will be like this, and I is equal to V by R. So I is equal to V by R, so it is V is 2 and R is 3, so that is 2 by 3 ampere. And then this 3 ohm resistor will come across the current source. This 3 ohm resistor will come across the current source, and then we can transform the lower voltage source also. So suppose this is my 2 volt, so when you transform into the current source, again its direction will be like this only, because voltage source is minus plus now in the this diagram you can see. So this is I is equal to again V by R. So V is 2 volt and R is 2 ohms. So 2 by 2 is 1. So this is 1 ampere. And then across this particular current source, this 2 ohm resistor will appear here like this, 2 ohm resistor. And then this particular branch will go to the 1 ohm, right? And this will come from top, and here it is Vx. And then what is about the 2 ohm? So this 2 ohm is left here, 2 ohm and 5 ohm. So 2 ohm will be here, 2 ohm, and the 5 ohm will be as it is. And then this side of the circuit will be completed like this. And this is again your ground. So you can see here, this whole side is ground. So this whole side is grounded. Now next, what is next step? Suppose 3. Step 3 is, what you can do is, you can see this 2 ohm, I'll just change the color. These 2 ohm and these 2 ohm, they are in parallel because their one end is connected here and other end is also shorted here. Na? You can see here. So this 2 ohm and 2 ohm, they are in parallel. So you can simplify 2 ohm parallel to 2 ohm is 1 ohm, right? 2 ohm parallel to 2 ohm is 1 ohm, right? So I'll draw the circuit diagram here, simplified. So this is our current source having value 2 by 3. Let us keep as it is the fractional form. Then this is 3 ohm. Then this is 1 ampere current source. Now across this there will be 1 ohm resistance because 2 ohm parallel to ohm is 1 ohm, right? And then this 1 ohm will be in series with this. This is your Vx. So this is your 5 ohm. And now 5 ohm lower side is ground, right? Now 5 ohm lower side is a ground. So this point, you can see this point, and this point. So these 2 points are connected here, right? You can see here. I will just show you this point, and this point is shorted. So this point is here on this side, which has to be connected to ground. So which has to be connected to the ground, right? And then this point is here, right? So same. So the meaning, because while simplifying the circuit, we should not make the mistake. Otherwise, your end answer will be wrong in that case. Step 4. So what is step 4 now? Step 4 is you can transform this 1 ampere source into equivalent, this 1 ampere source into equivalent voltage source. So let us see what, why to do that. Because you have to understand that once you transform this particular current source 1 ampere into equivalent voltage source, this 1 ohm will come in series, and then there will be a voltage source and resistance, then again transform to current source, then 2 resistances will come in parallel and 2 current sources will come in parallel, and you can simplify. So that is the thing which you have to understand. So let us keep this current source 2 by 3 ampere. Similarly, this 3 ohm resistance, and then transform this 1 ampere into equivalent voltage source. So your voltage source polarity minus plus, because the direction of current is like this, right? So current flows from higher potential to lower potential. Now V is equal to IR. I is 1 ampere and R is 1 ohm. So V is equal to IR. So it is 1 volt, and this 1 ohm will come in series. And then again there is another 1 ohm in series with that. And then that resistance is connected to this Vx point. And then from Vx, this 5 ohm goes down to the ground. And from this end, you can see this end connected to the ground. So this is connected to the ground. So now these two are in series. So you can simplify that. And so we can write this as 2 ohm. So you can see this is current source 2 by 3 parallel with 3 ohm resistor, and this voltage source having series resistance of 2 ohm. So let us keep this particular upper current source as it is. So in step 5, let us keep this current source as it is, then a resistance of 3 ohm, and now transform this voltage source into current source. So when you transform this voltage source into current source, you can see the polarity of the voltage, it is minus plus, so current will be in the direction. And what will be value of the current source? I is equal to V by R. V by R, V is 1 volt, R is 2 ohm, so it is 1 by 2 ampere, and this 2 ohm will come across this current source, right? So this one we are done, and then just lower to this right side, there's a Vx, right? Suppose I will just call this a Vx, and then from Vx lower side is 5 ohm, and the bottom it is ground, and then we have to connect this one. Okay, now you can see your circuit is further simplified, and now what you can do is in step number 6, these two current sources and the two parallel resistors you can simplify. So say for example, in step number 6, just I am simplifying the circuit. You will have to write the statements in between, what operations you are doing. So now the same circuit diagram we can draw like this. Say for example, यहाँ पे मैं draw करके दिखाता हूँ आपको same circuit diagram for your understanding purpose. This is one current source. Now these all are in like here 1, 2, 3 and 4. These 4 branches are in parallel. So in parallel we can swap the elements, right ना? तो ये मैं 2 current source यहाँ ले सकता हूँ, ये 2 resistors में यहाँ पे ले सकता हूँ, and then I can draw the remaining one. Right. So now these 2 current sources are in parallel. So you know that in parallel current sources are added or subtracted, right now. So what will be our further simplified diagram? So these 2 current sources which are in parallel, so this 2 by 3 plus 1 by 2 is how much? 2 by 3 plus 1 by 2 is 6, and then this is 2 plus 3, 2 2 is 3 2 is 6, and then this is 2 by, so it's 4 plus 3, 7 by 6. So this particular value of the current source is 7 by 6 ampere, and these two resistors will be, they are in parallel, 3 ohm and 2 ohm. So 3 2s are, and 3 plus 2, so 6 by 5. So that is 6 by 5 value of the resistance, 6 by 5 ohms. So that means this whole is simplified. Now here it is Vx on the right hand side, 5 ohm with the ground here, right? And now what we can do is in step number 7, you can transform this current source into equivalent voltage source. So क्या होगा? This will be minus plus V is equal to IR. I is 7 by 6 into R is 6 by 5. That comes to be 7 by 5 volt. 7 by 5 volt. And then this 6 by 5 will come in series. And then this 5 ohm, upper is Vx, lower is ground. So this is the simplified diagram. Now from this diagram, you can find out the value of the Vx. So for that you can do the further analysis. Like suppose this is current I flowing through this one. So what will be I? I will be equals to total voltage in the circuit. This last circuit is 7 by 5, and total resistance divided by resistance is 6 by 5 plus 5, right? So this comes to be 7 by 5 divided by 25 plus 31 by 5. So it is 7 by 31 ampere. So that is value of I. But we have to find out Vx. So what is Vx equals to? Vx equals to 5 ohm into I. Current flowing through this resistance, which is I. So that is equals to 5 into 7 divided by 31 comes to be 35 by 31 volt Vx, which comes to be 1.13 volts. Okay, so this you can use, right? Other way is also there. You can just I'll show you here. So this is one way. So now let us from step number 5. So let us, you can see the step number 5. I'll copy the step number 5 as it is. I'll copy the step number 5 alternatively. Alternatively, from step number 5. So I'll just copy the step number 5 as it is. This is 2 by 3 ampere current source. This one is 3 ohm resistance. Then another parallel current source of 1 by 2 ampere. A resistance of 2 ohm. And now from here, this is Vx here, right? And from Vx, the resistance was like this, 5 ohm. And then we had connected something like this, grounded. So instead of that, we can do like this also, because this left side is ground and right side is a voltage Vx. So same thing we can draw like this also. So here I can draw like this also. This 5 ohm and this is ground here, which is nothing but this one. Nothing but this one. It is one and the same, right? Okay. So now here you can see we can transform these two current sources into equivalent current source, right? So what it will be? It will be again 7 by 6, because 2 by 3 plus 1 by 2 comes to be 7 by 6 ampere. And then you can just take the parallel combination of all these three resistors, because on this side there is a Vx, right? So this 3 ohm, 2 ohm and 5 ohm, they are parallel. So just I'll show here this parallel combination, and the value of the parallel combination is, you can see here, 3 parallel to 2 first is what? 3 2s are 6 divided by 5. Parallel to that 5. So it comes to be 6 by 5 into 5 divided by 6 by 5 plus 5. That is, this will get cancelled. It is 6, and this is 5 5 25 plus 31 by 5. That is 30 by 31. So that is 30 by 31. Value of the parallel combination of the three resistors is coming to be 30 by 31. 30 by 31. So this is 30 by 31 ohms, which is 3 parallel to 2 parallel to 5. Okay, so now here directly we can write from this particular circuit, we can write Vx equals to voltage equal to resistance into current, or current into resistance. So R into I, where R is 30 by 31 into I is 7 by 6. So this is 6 1 6 5 is a 30. So 7 5 is a 35. You have a 31 volts, which is nothing but equals to 1.13 volts. You can just tally this. So we're getting same, right? So you can use any one approach here, no problem. Here this approach also okay, this approach also okay. Here more transformations are done, here less transformations are done. So you can solve the problems likewise. Now, so through this problem you might have understood how to shift the voltage source, and then how to use the source transformation, voltage to current and current to voltage, and how to simplify the circuit, and how to find out the required quantity. Now let us take the another numerical here to understand the current source shifting, right? So in this particular numerical, just I will draw the circuit diagram first. This is the current source having value 2 ampere. resistance of 2 ohm then it's 1 ohm, 1 ohm, and there is another current source here having value of 1 ampere is 1 ohm, and there is another resistor 1 ohm. This is connected to this 1 ohm resistor. And what you have to find out? You have to find out the value of current I. You have to find out the value of the current I using source transformation. Using source transformation. So when you start solution, step number 1, look at the circuit diagram. So somebody will say that, okay, directly transform this current source and this resistance. Okay, fine. Let's transform this and see what will happen. Suppose if I transform, I'll get the voltage source in series with the resistance 2 ohm, V is equal to IR, so 4 volt. And then what? Then you can see this current source, another current source is here. And this current source is between, suppose, A and B terminal, A and B terminal, suppose. That means between that branch, this current source is ideal. It is not having the resistance across it. Okay, someone will say that if this 1 ohm and 1 ohm, they are across. Although they are across, but this is not directly in series. 1 ohm is not in series with 1 ohm. If this branch would not be there, would not have been there, this 2 volt branch, then this 1 ohm and 1 ohm would have been in series right now, but it is not like. So here it is at this point, there is a, I will just circle with other color so that you understand. Here you can see there's a current division. So this 1 ohm and 1 ohm is not in series. That means there is no single resistor across this 1 ohm resistor, 1 ohm, 1 ampere current source. So as this current source is not having direct resistance across it, so we cannot transform this current. So we cannot, sorry, this resistance is not there directly, so we cannot transform this current source into equivalent voltage source. So we have to use the source shifting first. Okay, we have to use the source shifting. So which source shifting? Current source shifting is required here, and then I think you will understand that circuit will get simplified automatically, right? So what we'll do? So first of all, what we'll do, you can see these 2 ampere and this 1 ohm, 1 ampere, they are in parallel. They go, yeah, I say this is 2 ampere, right? So you can see this, all these points are at equipotential, all these points are at equipotential, right? Okay, that means this A and this point is at same potential, and this B and this B at same potential. So that means this 2 ampere, 2 ohm and 1 ampere, they are in parallel. तो मैं एक 1 एम्पियर का यहाँ पे भी लिख सकता हूँ ना, पैरेलल में तो शिफ्ट किया तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, स्वैप किया तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. सो दिस इज वन एंड द सेम, राइट? तो इसका कितना वैल्यू होगा? दे आर कम फ्लोइंग इन सेम डायरेक्शन. अगर ये 2 एम्पियर होता and the second one is suppose 1 ampere flowing in downward direction, then if you're showing in this direction, the this addition of this would have been 1 ampere, right? Not 2 minus 1 1 ampere, but this is not flowing in downward direction, it is flowing in upward direction. So ये क्या होगा, एक साथ में आ रहे हैं ना, तो it will be 3 ampere. So that current simplification, like addition and subtraction, I was told you in the beginning that basic circuit simplification techniques, very important one. Okay, so let us go a little fast because this video is becoming more and more. lengthy. So let us add these two sources, and that will form one source, that is 2 ampere plus 1 ampere is 3 ampere, and then this 2 ohm resistor here. So this 1 ampere is added here. So remaining circuit is here 1 ohm, 1 ohm, 1 ohm, 1 ohm, and then other branches 1 ohm minus plus 2 volt. This is 1 ohm. Now before simplifying further, I would like to tell you a few things here in case of source transformation or source shifting. First of all, when you are doing the simplification, you should not change the values of the given values of the components like resistor, inductor, capacitor, or voltage source, current source. Those should be as it is, number one. And number two is that you should know that what you are calculating. Suppose in previous case, we were calculating Vx. In this case, it is you are calculating I. So just I will give the analogy of the films, right? Now, in most of the movies, you know that most of the means maybe say 90-95% movies, the hero is till the end of the movie, right? There are few exceptional movies wherein the hero dies in between the movie, right now. But forget about that. Let us consider the movies wherein the hero alive till the end of the movie, right? He is there till the end of the movie. So in case of the source transformation also, your hero is that component through which you are finding the current or through across which you are finding the voltage. For example, in previous example, we had to calculate the voltage Vx, and you know that is voltage Vx is across 5 ohm resistor, right now here. So this is your hero here, right now, because this hero should be there till the end of the movie. If hero dies, that means disappears in series parallel combination, then you will not be able to find out the that required quantity, voltage or current. Say for example, here now, in this example, you want to find out the current I through 2 ohm resistor. Now, during the series parallel combination or source transformation and source shifting, if this 2 ohm disappears, then how will you calculate the current I? That means this 2 ohm is zero for you, right? Now, this 2 ohm is zero for you. So, this branch of 2 ohm should be alive till the end. That means it should not disappear. It should be. You can do the operations on other elements right now, but you can't do the operations. So, this branch should be intact till the end of the solution. Here you can see here also I was kept in the first part. I was kept the 5 ohm resistor as it is till the end of the solution right now. I was not disturbed this Vx and 5 ohm and ground, right? As it was shown in the given diagram. You can see Vx, 5 ohm and ground, because Vx is across the 5 ohm resistor with respect to ground. So this 2 ohm is hero, and that hero should be there till the end of the movie. So as in movies, director is there. So as you are solving problems here, you are director of this one, right? Okay, just to remember this particular kind of the problem, so I just shared that. Okay, let us come to the solution further. So now further, if you look at this particular step one, so we have added this 2 ampere and 1 ampere because they were in parallel. Now, what is next further simplification? So we want, now suppose somebody will say that now 3 ampere is current source and then 2 ohm is whole resistance across it, just transform it. So transform करने से कुछ नहीं होगा, because if you transform this, suppose you will get the voltage source having V equal to IR, so 3 to the 6 volt, and the 2 ohm will come in series, and then what next? Because this will as it is here, this remaining will be as it is. So you cannot simplify further, right now you will stuck here again. So what solution is there? Solution is you need to understand the basic circuit simplification techniques. Now you will understand that another basic circuit simulation technique which you have studied in the BEE in the first year, right? So you can see this 2 ohm resistor and this 1 ohm resistor and this 1 ohm resistor. Okay, so just I will mark this as, suppose A point here, B point here, and C point here. So this is again C point here, and this is A point here. So if you look at only these three elements here, and if you understand something out of this one, then further things will be easy. So these three resistors like 2 ohm, 1 ohm, and 1 ohm, they are in delta. And you know, when there's delta, you know transformation star to delta and delta to star. So it is something like this. Your delta means what? Delta is something like this. You might have studied in the first year. This is one element of the delta, another element of the delta, the third element delta. Right? This is not okay. Okay. So now in this case, say for example, this B point is here, C point is here, and A point is here, right? So between A and B, there is 1 ohm. Between B and C, there is 1 ohm. And between A and C, there's 2 ohm. You can just check it. So this I'm just giving idea to you people right now. Now this delta can be transformed into star. So this is B point, this is C point, and this is A point. And when you transform this particular one, let us say that this is your R1, R2, and R3. So what will be value of R1 in terms of these three resistors? What is value of R2 in terms of these three resistors? What is value of R3 in terms of? So I think those conversions you have studied in first year. So you should know that, because once you do this transformation, you will get this this delta can be converted into star, and your star will look like this. Suppose from A there is one resistor, from C there is another resistor. You can just check the parallel this diagram, and then between B and, suppose this is your neutral N. So between B and N there is R2. Between this N there is neutral. Between N and C there is R3, and between A and N there is a R1. So if you transform this delta into star, I think you can do the further simplification. So let's see that particular one. So how to do that particular one? So after the transformation of this delta formed by 2 ohm, 1 ohm and 1 ohm, okay, you will get circuit something like this. So just I'll try here. This is 3 ampere. Then after transformation, I'm saying after conversion of delta to star, I'll get R1 here, R3 here, R2 here. This is my neutral point. On the top A, on the bottom C. Here it is B point. And then, so this 1 ohm, 2 ohm, and 1 ohm disappear because that is converted into star. So this is your star combination. And now this B point is connected to what? This middle branch. Minus plus 2 volt, 2 ohm, our hero. And then this upper A point is connected to 1 ohm. 1 ohm, and then right side it is 1 ohm, and this lower branch is connected to the 1 ohm. So this will be simplified one right now. Okay, so we have transformed this delta formed by 2 ohm, 1 ohm, 1 ohm. So this delta is transformed into the star. Okay, but now what are the values of this R1, R2, R3? So just I'll write here. Those who knows the formulas, they will understand. If don't know, then you can go through the your BEE. So R1 is, suppose I'll just draw here this circuit diagram. The star I will draw inside the delta. So this is your R2, this is your R1, and this is your R3. So value of R1 is equals to, if this is R1, then product of two adjacent from delta, that is 1 into 2 divided by addition of all three delta elements, that is 1 plus 1 plus 2, that is 2 by 4 comes to be half, that is 0.5 ohms. 0.5 ohms, right? That is value of R1. Similarly, R2 equals to R2 at product of two adjacent elements of the delta, that is 1 into 1 ohm, 1 into 1 ohm, 1 into 1. System finding the problem for writing here. 1 into 1 divided by addition of all three from delta. So it is 1 by 4, that is 0.25 ohms. And then R3 equals to product of these two adjacent from delta, that is 1 into 2 divided by addition of 3. So R3 equals to 2 by 1 divided by 1 plus 1 plus 2, that is equals to 2 by 4, that is half, 0.5 ohm. So the values of these particular components are R1 is 0.5 ohms, 0.5 ohm, R3 is 0.5 ohm, and R2 is 0.25 ohm. Done. This is over, right? Now next one is this. I think this was step 2. I think this was step 2. Now step 3. Step 3 क्या कर सकते हैं हम? What simplification we can do? In step 3, you can see now this current source is across this A, N, and C point, right now? A, N, and C node. But these R1, R3 are not exactly in series, right now. They are not exactly in series because there is a divider here, right? So what we can do is we can shift this current source across each of this resistor, because shifting this current source across each of the resistor doesn't change the meaning of circuit because current in series remains same. So let us do that. So what I'll do, from C current leaving is 3 ampere and current entered at A node is 3 ampere. So, and at neutral N it is 0. So what I'll do, I will just shift this current source like this. So now current leaving at C is 3 ampere, entered at N is 3 ampere, but leaving at N node is 3 ampere. So at N it is 0, which is there. You can see at 0, and then current entered at A is 3 ampere. So it is same meaning, right? And then we can draw the remaining circuit diagram. This 0.25, this is minus plus 2 volt, 2 ohm, 1 ohm, and then this is 1 ohm, and this is current I which you have to find out. Step 3. Now step 4. What is step 4? Step 4 is now, because of this current source shifting across each of the current source, there is a resistance directly, right? Now this is 0.5 ohm and this is 0.5 ohm. So you can transform this current source into equivalent voltage source, and let's see what happens. So if I transform this, then I'll get a resistance of 0.5 ohm and in series with the voltage source with this polarity because current is in upward direction, and V is equal to IR. I is 3 ampere, V is equal to I is 3 into 0.5 ohm. So it is 1.5 volt. So value of the voltage source is 1.5 volt. 1.5 volt. Similarly, we can transform the lower. This is 0.25 ohms minus plus 2 volt, 2 ohm. This is current I and this is 1 ohm. Now transform this lower current source also into equivalent voltage source. तो आपको क्या मिलेगा? A voltage source, again polarity will plus minus and value is equal to V is equal to IR. I is 3 ampere, R is 0.5, so 5 3s are 15, so again it is 1.5 volt, and this 5.5 in series, right? So you can show like this, or same branch you can show like this also, 0.5 and then plus minus, या फिर ऐसा भी शो कर सकते हैं, this branch you can show, branch means 2 elements, you can show like this also, 0.5 ohm and then plus minus 1.5 volt. So it is one and the same. क्योंकि so from this n point to say this point x, so this lower side is one branch right now, and in this lower side branch the 1.5 volt source, 0.5 ohm resistance and 1 ohm resistance, they are in series. So when they are in series we can swap the elements, right? So no issue. Anyway you can show like this, it is going to be same. So further we can see these two resistors are in series, so we can add them. Similarly these two are in series, we can add them, right? And then we can simplify that. So it is step, suppose now step kitna hai? 5. So step 5, what I will do, this 1 plus 0.5 is 1.5 ohm, right? 1.5 ohm, and this 1.5 ohm 5 volts, 1.5 volt source. So here it is in vertical, I will show horizontal. इस सीरीज में है ना, तो हॉरिजॉन्टल किया तो क्या आएगा, ये माइनस आएगा, ये प्लस आएगा. सो इट इज 1.5 वोल्ट. सो एक ब्रांच हो गया. सो दिस इज वन ब्रांच, एक ब्रांच है. there is another branch at middle, so I'll show that middle branch here, 0.25 ohm. So while doing this one, the meaning of circuit should not change. 2 volt, 2 ohm, current I, right? And then third branch. So in third branch, you can see this voltage source I will take on the lower side. So the polarity will be plus minus 1.5 volt, and this 0.5 plus 1 is 1.5 ohms. So it got simplified further, right? Now next one is step number 6. Now in step number 6, what we'll do, we'll transform this 1.5 volt and this 1.5 volt voltage source into current source, because now there is a resistance in series with that. But we'll keep this branch as it is, middle branch, because we wanted to find the current through 2 ohm resistor. One more basic thing you can see, although current I through 2 ohm current through 2 ohm is I, and same is the current through 0.25 ohm. So you can add these two resistors, no issue in that case, because even if you add these two resistors, like addition will be 2.25 ohm in series with the 2 volt, still the current flowing through the that 2.25 ohm is I ampere. So that basic one has to understand. So in step number 6, we will transform this voltage sources into equivalent current sources. So when you transform this particular upper voltage source into equivalent current source, the direction of current source will be like this, because your voltage source is minus plus. So current flows from higher potential to lower potential, and I is equal to V by R. So V by R means V is 1.5 and R is 1.5. So current becomes 1 ampere. Current becomes 1 ampere. And this 1.5 ohm resistor will come across the current source as per the source transformation. Then we'll keep, as we discussed, we'll keep this middle branch intact. This is, I think, 0.25 ohms. And then the lower side, if we transform this voltage source into equivalent current source, now the direction of current won't be like this. It will be like this, because the current voltage source is minus plus. So current will flow from higher potential to lower potential. And the value of the current will be I is equal to V by R. So V by R means it is 1.5 volt divided by 1.5 ohm is again 1 ampere. And that 1.5 ohm will come across this resistor current source, 1.5 ohm. Okay, now you can look at this particular circuit. So this circuit I can draw in this way also, just for your understanding purpose. I will draw this circuit diagram in this way. This is one ampere, and see here, this is, suppose this is one side where is node is A, this is other side is node B. So that means this is 1 ampere, 1.5 ohm, then this middle branch, then 1 ampere and 1.5. All these are in parallel. In parallel, the voltage remains same, so we can swap this element. So a lower wala jo current source I'll take at upper side, because this is A side and this is B side, right? So this is 1 ampere, this is 1 ampere. Similarly, this 1.5 ohm and this 1.5 ohm, and then finally this 0.25 minus plus 2 volt, and this is 2 ohm through current I. So now you can see this is the current 1 ampere flowing from A to B or left to right, and the current, another current 1 ampere flowing from B to A, right to left. So what will be the simplification of these two currents? So 1 ampere, so say for example at B node 1 ampere is coming, and at B node 1 ampere is going out. So the equivalent of this 1 ampere and 1 ampere, which are in parallel and flowing in opposite direction having same magnitude, will cancel each other, right now. So this will cancel each other. So equal and opposite parallel current sources cancel each other, right now. Equal and opposite parallel current sources will cancel each other, right? So that is one thing. Another thing is that this 1.5 and 1.5, these two are in parallel. So step 7 क्या होगा? Step 7 will be these two current sources will cancel each other, because 1 ampere flowing in and 1 ampere flowing out. So average will be, that total will be 0. So this 1.5 and 1.5 is 0.75 ohms, because that is in parallel, and across that we are getting this branch having a resistance of 0.25 ohms, source of 2 volt, and resistance of 2 ohm, and then we have to find out the current I. So how we can find out? So there are two ways we can say. One is by KVL we can find out. So using KVL, so this is plus to minus, this is plus to minus in the direction of current. So I think now you should not make mistake here. So let us start from 2 ohm resistor. So it is minus 2 into I, plus to minus is minus 0.75 into I, then plus to minus minus 0.25 into I, minus 2 plus is plus 2 equal to 0. So this is 2 minus 0.75 minus minus 0.25 is 1, minus 2 minus 1 is minus 3I, plus 2 equals to 0. It means 3I equals to 2. I is equal to 2 by 3 amperes, or we can write this as a 0.667 ampere. So this is one way. Other way is you can use Ohm's law. According to Ohm's law, current is equal to total voltage in the circuit is 2, and total resistance in the circuit is 0.25 plus 0.75 plus 2, that is equal to 2 upon 1 plus 3 is 1 plus 2 is 3. So 2 by 3 ampere, nothing but 0.667 ampere. So hope through this particular lecture you might have understood about the need of source shifting, how to do the source shifting for voltage source, how to do the source shifting for current source through this particular numericals. Okay, so you can practice these numericals. I will share this video on Google Classroom along with the study material, so you can practice that. So we'll stop here.